Hello mortals, I am the BookTube Goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube. This is the month of October,
and I wanted to do a Halloween-themed readathon.
So looking through YouTube, I found the Trick or Treat Readathon, hosted by some booktubers that I follow, notably Connor Stampinato and TB Kane. And I'll have their links to their channels as well as the channels to the other hosts below. I noticed they didn't ask me to be a host. Of course, I failed at the boxed wine readathon that I was a host of last month, so there's that. Maybe I failed because I drank a little too much boxed wine.
Trick or treat, smell my feet, or give me something
Good to eat.
So they have 8 prompts related to a traditional Halloween monster: witch, vampire, werewolf, ghost, demon, siren, okay, maybe that's not so traditional, fae, also not that traditional, and zombie, good old zombie. Did you know that I watched the original Night of the Living Dead when I was 8 years old on TV and had zombie nightmares up into adulthood?
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Anyway, for this readathon, you need to read a book with a monster named after the prompt, or each prompt has a small alternate, like which could also be a book with a strong female lead. I really wanted to read some horror this month and clear some books from my TBR, so I've picked 4 books to read this month, and we'll try to fit 2 prompts onto each book.
Because I cheat.
First up, if you've seen the latest Shelve It or Shove It, I have Naomi Novik's new release out this month, A Deadly Education. This is a dark twist on the magic school trope. Think Hogwarts meets Mad Max. You either graduate from the school or you die. So, from the Goodreads blurb, it's about a girl named Elle who is attending the school and that she possesses a dark power strong enough to level mountains and wipe out millions. And that sounds like a demonic power to me.
Right?
Demon prompt checked. Also, the blurb on Amazon starts off with Elle contemplating killing Orion Lake, someone who saved her life and who everyone loves. So I think it fits the vampire prompt about a love interest you shouldn't meet in a dark alley, but you still want to. Vampire prompt checked. Actually, I have no idea if Orion actually is Elle's love interest. My guess is that he is, and I don't know if he's a love interest that would interest me, but of course, how would I know either before reading the damn book? I ask you. Second, I have a TBR book I haven't read, The Hollow Ones by Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan, also a new release this month. It's about an FBI agent, Odessa Hardwick, who is a strong female lead that fits the witch's prompt. Actually, so would Elle. But moving on, witch prompt checked. According to the Goodreads blurb, Odessa has to shoot her partner in self-defense because he suddenly goes berserk. Then she sees a shadowy presence fleeing her dead partner's body. Sounds like a ghost to me, so ghost prompt checked. Third, I wanted a recommended book, so I looked at Edward Warren's channel, someone who has given me a shout out before, so I'll give a shout out to Ed, to E, he goes by E, and I think he's hilarious on Twitter. You should really follow him and check him out. But he recommended The Wyrm by Stephen Laws, published in 1987, as one of his favorite horror novels. And E claims that this writer writes better horror novels than Stephen King. Of course, this novel is no longer in publication and there's no ebook available, so I had to order it on eBay. But this still fills the Siren Prompt, a book someone recommended to me. Siren Prompt checked. Now, I'm honestly not sure what this book is about. Goodreads has just one sentence. In a small town, mysterious forces try to protect the gallows from being torn down as an evil entity possesses the bodies of the living. Having to protect gallows. Anyway, E says it's about a horror living underneath a small town, and that sounds like a disaster, which fills the zombie prompt. Zombie prompt checked. Now, I've never read anything by Stephen Laws. He's a British horror writer, so I'm excited to check him out. Finally, I'm going to bite the bullet and read The Wasp Factory by Ian Banks, published in 1984. Ian Banks is a Scottish writer who is one of my favorite science fiction writers. I think you pronounce his name Ian. There's an extra I in there for some reason. But you know the Scots. Anyway, he has a series of science fiction novels called the Culture Novels, which are so good. Consider Phlebas, Player of Games, and Use of Weapons are must-read science fiction. But before he became an acclaimed science fiction writer, he wrote The Wasp Factory, which is a horror novel that garnered a lot of attention at the time, and which I have no desire to read. I guess you could say I was too scared to read it, and that fits the Fey prompt. Fey prompt checked. The reason I shied away from it is because it's about a 16-year-old psychopath. I like my horror novels supernatural, and this sounds like it's more of a hack and slash story. Jason rather than Freddy, if you follow me. And I still have one more prompt, the werewolf prompt. Read a book only at night. So unless there's a werewolf in it, which I don't think there is, I guess I'm going to read The Wasp Factory at night. It's a short novel, so I figure I could finish it if I just read a few chapters each night before going to bed. Or is that a stupid idea? Nah, what could go wrong? Werewolf prompt checked. So that's it. I'm officially participating in the Trick or Treat Readathon. I'll have affiliate links to the books mentioned below, except for the Wyrm. You're on your own trying to find that one. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And until we meet again, may all the books you read be blessed.